A letter addressed recently by the President of the Sri Lanka Medical Council to President Maithripala Sirisena indicates that there is no permanent solution as yet to the issue of the private medical college SAITM. Newsfirst made inquiries. Over the past 2 years, there has been intense opposition within the country to the granting of medical degrees by the SAITM institution in Malabar. The public faced severe hardships as a result of protests by university student unions, the Government Medical Officers Association and strikes at hospitals. Eventually, the President too intervened to settle the issue and also appointed a committee to devise a permanent solution.
Through the legal handover of all assets and liabilities, students and staff of SAITM to the new institution, SAITM will be abolished. That is the legal situation. We had given a deadline that this must be completed by the 31st of December.
However, the issue has not been settled. Last week, Cabinet approval was granted to transfer 980 SAITM students to the Kothalawala Defence University. Responding to this move, President of the Sri Lanka Medical Council, Professor Colvin Gunaratna, addressed a letter to the President claiming that enforcing this decision would pose a challenge to safeguarding standards of medical education in the country. The letter went on to note that there is a danger of doctors being created in the country without the approval of the Medical Council.
It should be examined if these students have the required qualifications. We should check their practical knowledge and their skills. If there are any issues, the KDU must train them.
A discussion was held yesterday between the JVP and the Inter-University Students' Federation on the new Kothalawala Defence University Act. The meeting was held at the JVP headquarters in Palawatta.
This government attempted to introduce private medical universities to the country through SAITM. Now they are attempting to take the Kothalawala Defence University, which is a state university, and open it to the private sector and privatize it. That is why they are preparing to introduce this act.
A medical student with an overseas qualification must sit for a final exam set by the Sri Lanka Medical Council in order to be registered as a medical practitioner in the country. However, should the students who will now be graduating from KDU also sit for this exam?
The Sri Lanka Medical Council holds a special exam for those who have obtained the overseas qualification. The Act has included that recommendation. But according to the current law, those who graduated from a local university do not have to sit for this special exam.
The anti-SAITM protests, which for 2 years hampered the day-to-day lives of the people and delayed the education of medical students, are about to come to the fore once again, wearing a new face. Shouldn't the relevant authorities and ministers identify this danger and seek to immediately act on the letter to the President by Professor Colvin Gunaratna? Is it not the responsibility of the Sri Lanka Medical Council to provide an expedite solution to the shortage of doctors in the country and actively advocate in such national issues? Yesterday, it was reported that there are only 2 specialist doctors in the entire southern province to deal with a deadly outbreak of viral fever. Is the Sri Lanka Medical Council unable to intervene in such sensitive matters? Failure to act when necessary should result in politically motivated cartels acting in their own self-interest, pushing the country into yet another crisis.